Well, nearly 5 million Australians will get a boost in their welfare payments later this month. Cost of living pressures are front and centre as Parliament returns for the final sitting fortnight before the October budget. Let's go live to Trudy McIntosh. Trudy, these extra payments are the biggest in 12 years in terms of increase. When are they going to kick in?
Well, they kick in, Tom, from September 20, and the government is touting that record number there, saying this is the biggest increase we've seen in 12 years. But this is an automatic indexation increase, and it's designed to keep up with inflation. So the reason why it's gone up is because of the matching cost of living pressures that pensioners are facing. We can show you these numbers as to exactly what the increase is going to be when we hit September 20. For single pensioners, the increase means an extra nearly $40 a fortnight. For couples, it goes up by nearly $60 a fortnight, and it also goes for people on Jobseeker. They're going to get an increase per fortnight of around $25. But any of this sort of relief is going to be gobbled up pretty quickly. We know the cost of living pressures continue to mount. We're expecting the Reserve Bank to lift interest rates again tomorrow. That's going to have a flow-on effect for mortgages. Also, that 6-month relief when it came to the fuel excise is due to expire at the end of this month. The government's also facing pressure from welfare groups to extend a more permanent increase for the Jobseeker rate going forward. They're continuing to resist those calls. We've heard from Clare O'Neil, Cabinet Minister, this morning, indicating they will look at it next year.
We would like to, of course, see a shift in Jobseeker, but we've been saddled with $1 billion, with $1 trillion, of Liberal debt, and these things are challenging for the budget. So they are reviewed from budget to budget, and we will look at this in the May next year budget.
There's going to be a lot of focus on the fuel excise, which runs out at the end of this month as we continue to get closer to that date. Today, the Shadow Treasurer, Angus Taylor, though, conceding that the opposition isn't formally calling for the government to actually extend this relief any further. Instead, Angus Taylor indicating he wants to see a plan outlined by the new government on how they're actually going to ease cost of living.
Well, we put an expiry date on it, but the point is there's broader cost of living pressures, and there's nothing forthcoming from Labor in dealing with those. That's the point. It's
okay, but I'm just trying
broader.
to get to. So you're no longer calling for it to be extended?
We are calling for a comprehensive plan to deal with the cost of living pressures Australians are facing across the board.
And we're seeing a bit of posturing out of Treasurer Jim Chalmers today. They've released the fact that the Treasurer has written to the ACCC to make sure that they are monitoring fuel prices ahead of that fuel excise going up at the end of the month. The aim of this, Tom, is to make sure that the petrol companies aren't trying to mislead customers ahead of that date by jacking up that price early before the actual excise is actually due to go up.